two-tone movement was a real uprising against what was happening politically in Britain at the time. The movement was very important in a fashion sense because it combined a lot of different subcultures. Skinheads, casuals, the Rudies. It's a big melting pot, and I think it's a really exciting visual representation of how people attributed themselves to a certain subculture or genre by the way that they looked.
Look at you. Look like a proper rude boy. What's a rude boy?
That's been lost a little bit, that experimentation with makeup and clothes, this kind of finding your own expression. And I think what's really exciting about this town and what I really hope is that it kind of brings back a little bit of that aspiration and that excitement to kind of experiment with things.
It doesn't look like me. But it is you, Dante. This is who we are.
There's a lot of bands and musicians who were really iconic and important from this time. The Specials with their very iconic suits and glasses look. I think Pauline Black from The Selecter is incredibly important. There's a really amazing image of her in a sheepskin coat, which we recreated for Jeannie. Rhoda Dakar, there's some great imagery of her in her kind of mini dresses with her lace tights. We used a lot of her influence as well. The beat, madness, there's so much to look at that was very important, that people watching from the time would be able to see themselves reflected in our show.
Look at that. I'm a rebel.
So the first outfit that I'd love to talk about is Dante's hero suit. When we meet Dante, clothes and style aren't really part of his world. And then the first time we see Dante really ready is when he goes to the funeral. And so his father, Juice, lends him his suit.
This was my first suit. I bought it when I was 17 at Palmer's in Kingston Town.
I really wanted this suit to have come with Juice when he came to the UK. We looked a lot at the styling of the original Jamaican Rude Boys in the mid-40s, and that's what we've based Dante's suit on. The jacket's double-breasted. We have a wide lapel. I found a really beautiful reference of somebody coming over on the Windrush in a high-waisted pair of tapered trousers, very similar to these with turn-ups, and a white shirt and a really short knitted tie. So I really wanted to honour that image that I found.
In answer to me, you can't keep that boy shut up in a box. So today, in her honour, I'm opening up the box.
We really start to feel excited about who Dante is and what he's going to become.
Dante?
Jeannie?
What are you doing here? You're a good kid.
Jeannie is such an important character. She's really the motivation, I think, for the band forming, because she kind of brings the music to Dante. Jeannie's a skinhead. Jeannie's hero jacket is a MA1 flight jacket, which was very popular in the skinhead community. We added lots of badges and patches, so she's a City fan. And also quite a mod influence on the skinheads was the town patches, so we've added those. We kept them all within the realms of where we actually imagined that Jeannie could have got to.
Either we're going to fly or we're going to crash and burn, but we are going to do it professionally.
So we went for the oxblood for Jeannie because it's such a kind of traditional skinhead colour as well. It's very important colour, ladder-laced as well. Presentation was everything, actually. So shoes are always polished. Everybody looked pristine. There was a real pride taken to how you dress, what you put on, why you're wearing something. And I think people represented themselves by their clothes and how they wore them. And it was a very, very important element of life at that time. So we really wanted to kind of get all of those elements correct as well.
How's your gorgeous rock-out brother?
Now I'd love to talk about Gregory's suit. I had the suit made for Jordan by a tailor who's based in Camden, who used to make the two-tone suits back in the day. So it feels kind of extra special. He wears a traditional 3-button, and I had, single vent in the back. And then just worn with a black polo shirt, short-sleeved, done up, Gregory in the show wears all his jewellery on the outside, which is a little styling that comes back from his firm days, actually, when he was with the Zulus.
A word around the wood that my brother Dante is now officially a Zulu and is under Zulu protection.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about Fiona. She's so blown away by what Dante and Jeannie have created together that she really desperately wants to be part of it. So we sort of have this really lovely sequence where Fiona appears totally unrecognisable.
What instrument do you play? Drums. Do you have drums? No.
This is a red and turquoise green two-tone fabric in the very kind of 60s suede head style, so a lot more buttons, covered buttons, with the same pocket flap details as Gregory's. And then this has got a really extra long vent in the back, which was a detail that I really, really loved. When I found this jacket, I desperately wanted Fiona to wear it for this scene, but it had nothing to go with it. I found Mark Griffith in the Two-Tone Museum. There was a board which displayed all of these fabric samples of all of the different two-tone mohair suits, and it had a number, like a London landline number on it, so I rang it and I found him. And with Fiona, basically he had the matching fabric, so he could make the classic little pencil miniskirt to complete her outfit.
I dance naked to any song you sang.
So the last character that I'd like to talk about, who's in a two-tone suit, is Robbie Carmen, who is a great, great character in the show. For Robbie, we went all out. I knew that David could pull off this gorgeous purple. So this is a purple and red two-tone mohair suit. Again, single vent at the back, 3 buttons, flap pockets, ticket pocket. And then we styled Carmen with black on black. So then we got the leather tie into our look as well. And this is how he goes on stage to introduce the band.
Please give a big Birmingham welcome for Fuck the Factory!
It's a big melting pot, I think, of what was happening at the time. And I think it's a really exciting visual representation of how people attributed themselves to a certain subculture or genre by the way that they looked at the time.